to the Ask It Advisor series, where this series is specific for families with special needs. Last time we met, I talked about something new that I learned, and that's ways to be able to to have tax deductions on medical expenses. And there's two ways to do this. One is through HSA and FSA cards. That's what we talked about in the last video. And this week we're going to talk about how to do it through itemized deductions. Now, HSA and FSA cards, honestly, is easier because you don't need to meet certain thresholds, right? Through the HSA, FSA cards, go look at the video, talk about more, but with a letter of medical necessity, you can utilize those cards to pay for non-traditional medical expenses. Pretty cool. Today we're going to talk more about itemized deductions. So we have a lot of medical expenses that are coming all the time, particularly families with special needs. But same thing as with the HSA and FSA cards, if you have a letter of medical necessity that you need a particular athletic equipment or a pool for specific exercises to work with mobility, specific supplements because of dietary restrictions, and there is a doctor that says you must have this to improve health, and you are paying these expenses out of pocket. They're not paid for by grants, they're not paid for by the government, they're not paid for through insurance. It is out of pocket. Then you may be able to deduct that if you're itemizing deductions and the total expenses is above 7.5% of your AGI. So the amount is pretty significant, right? So there's less people that may qualify for this, but let's just say hypothetically that the doctor says, hey, I highly think that you need a pool in your backyard because it's going to help with these specific functions. That might be a way to write that off as an itemized deduction, and it's above your 7.5% AGI floor. Granted, that is a more rare case for a circumstance like that, and yes, it would be much cheaper to go through a gym membership, but there may be some times where it is necessary and it makes sense to do it. And so keep track of your medical expenses, keep track of your mileage that you're driving to get to doctor's appointments or surgeries and various other things that you need to do to improve the condition or maintain the condition of the disability, and that doctor note in place, and give that to your CPA because it may get above the threshold where you can help offset taxes to pay for it. My name is Rhett Beal. I look forward to seeing you next week. Next week we're going to talk about the updates to Social Security for 2025. Look forward to seeing you then.